In this video, let's have a look at the discriminant within quadratic equations. The first question is, what is the discriminant? Well, we have here the quadratic equation, but the discriminant is a specific part of it. So let's get rid of everything that's not necessary. And we're left with the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. The discriminant is the part of the quadratic equation which tells us whether there are real solutions or not. If there are real solutions, it will tell us whether there's one or two. Solutions will be referred to as real or not real. Now that's a very mathematical way of saying this, and there's a reason behind it. However, at GCSE, you just need to worry about that if the solutions are real, it means that they're possible to solve, and if the solutions are not real, then they're not possible to solve. Now to demonstrate visually what this all means, I'll put the graph on here. Here we have a very standard quadratic curve. The line does continue upwards, but I've not shown that just to make it easier to visualise on screen today. Now the first thing you'll notice is that the curve going through the x-axis at 2 points, which is here and here. Therefore, the graph has two real solutions. If the graph moves now, so it's just touching the x-axis, anywhere along here, at 1 point, which is here, therefore, the graph has one real solution. If the graph is now moved a bit further up, so therefore it's not touching the x-axis at any point, therefore it has no real solutions. We can demonstrate how this works with the discriminant. If we bring back just another part of the quadratic equation for the time being, we'll show you what this means. b squared minus 4ac, if this value ends up being more than 0, that means that the graph has two real solutions. And the reason being is because you've got x plus or minus the discriminant. So it gives us two solutions. So the graph will be somewhere, for instance, down here or along here. If this value is equal to 0, then what you'll find is that whether you plus or minus this value, you plus in 0 or taking away 0, this x value will end up being the exact same because it's not being affected. So you're not getting two solutions, but instead you're getting one solution. So therefore, if the discriminant equals 0, you get one real solution. And the graph could look something like this. Now, if the discriminant here becomes a negative number, then you're going to be trying to square root a negative number, and that's not possible. It won't give you a real solution. So if the discriminant is less than 0, then it will have no real solutions. And the graph is going to look something like this. It could be up here, down here. It could be close to the x-axis, but it won't go through the x-axis at any point. Let's try to find out whether this quadratic equation has any real solutions. So we're going to bring back the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. I'm going to write down a equals 1, b equals 5, and c equals 4. If we substitute that into the discriminant, we'll have 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. Therefore, we'll get 25 minus 16, which equals 9. So the discriminant is equal to 9. Therefore, the graph will have two real solutions. And the graph may look something like this. Let's give another one a go. So I'm going to write the discriminant again, which is b squared minus 4ac. That's just for my own personal reference. Substitute these values in. So b squared, or 6 squared, minus 4, lots of a, lots of c. So 4 times 1 times 9, which equals 36. Take away 36, which equals 0. And because we have an answer 0, that means there must only be one real solution. And the graph will look something like this, just touching the x-axis. Finally, let's try this one. So b squared minus 4ac, just for our reference. b squared, so 4 squared, minus 4, lots of a, which is 1, lots of c, which is 17, which equals 16, take away 68, and it will give us an answer of minus 52. But because we have a negative number, that means that there are no real solutions. And we may have a graph that looks something like this. Not touching the x-axis, so there can't be any solutions for x. Here's your chance to have a go yourself. There are 4 questions available to you. Give them a go, pause the video, and play it again when you're ready for the solutions. So the first question in orange, I'll break this down quite nicely for you. So we've got a equals 2, b equals 3, and c equals 5. So therefore, b squared, or 3 squared, minus 4 times a times c, which equals 9, take away 40, which equals minus 31. Therefore, there are no real solutions. Question 2 in blue, we've got a is 1, b is minus 6, and c is also minus 6. So we've got b squared, which is minus 6 squared, minus 4 times a times minus 6. This becomes 36, take away minus 24, which equals 60. Therefore, the discriminant is greater than 0, so therefore there are 2 real solutions. The pink question now, we'll go a bit faster in this one. We've got b squared, which is minus 2 squared, minus 4 times a times c. So we've therefore got 4, take away 12, which equals minus 8. So as the discriminant is less than 0, that must mean we have no real solutions. Finally, the green question. Enter this into our discriminant. So we've got b squared minus 4 times a times c. So we're left with 4 take away 4, which equals 0. And seeing as our discriminant equals 0, that must mean we have 1 real solution. And there are the answers for all 4. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, I hope this helped, and feel free to check out some of my other videos. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.